Just a quick video to make a pretty basic point. When you buy a screwdriver, they increase the diameter of the shank as the tip size increases, whether it's Phillips or flat. The Japanese bits, unlike these PB Swiss bits, so the Japanese bits will give you a size 2 in the tip. This is a size 2. It's not Phillips, it's JIS because it's made by Vessel, the oldest Japanese screwdriver manufacturing company in Japan, thereby de facto Japanese industrial standard. The shank slightly tapers from a 3.9 millimeter to a 3.6. It's pretty hard to find a size 2 tip with a shank that's been machined down to that small of a diameter. And the thing that makes that nice is when you're working on computers, and this is a Japanese industrial standard fastener, you can tell by the dot on the side there. This is a disk drive mounting screw from a computer. It's just so much easier to see. I mean, you've got visibility compared to using a size 2 like this. It gets kind of bulky when you're working on computers and small things that are still size 2. You're not going to be able to find a screwdriver that has a shank with this small of a diameter for a size 2 tip. Especially when we get into sizes like this. This is a 300 millimeter length, but this is size 2. Great visibility. It's just, this is great for working in computer cases. And the same holds true when you get into the size 1. This Vessel bit is a much smaller diameter shank for the size 1 tip than you're gonna find on a typical screwdriver that is also size 1. You might be able to find a micro screwdriver size 1 that's got a smaller diameter shank than a screwdriver. Okay, so that was basically the point of this video. I took all the time to measure everything out and mark everything, and then I started making the video and realized it was just it was overly complicated, and and I got out the old PB Swiss catalog just to show that yes, every time they increase the size of the bit, they increase the size of the shank. Okay, I think everybody knows that. But what people may not be aware of is that in these Japanese bits, you can find unusual machining. So even when we get into this Annex brand, Vessel brand, you've got even more unusual. So this is a size 2 Phillips with an even smaller machine diameter on the shank here. And then this is also a size 2. This is a size 3. It's not much larger in the shank diameter than the size 2. And when you're trying to find that in a screwdriver, size 3, that shank diameter is going to be much larger than this. The point is, pun intended, that be aware that the Japanese, and maybe some others, for example, the PB Swiss don't even do this. The Japanese do this with the machining down the shank diameter. The Swiss don't even do that. So PB Swiss, here's a Phillips 1. Phillips 1 is a 5 millimeter diameter shank. Phillips 2 is a 6 millimeter diameter shank. You get a shank diameter that's less than 4 millimeters when you go to the Vessel bits. This video was based on a comment that somebody made. They made a good point in the comment about how nice it is to have the shanks machined down to a smaller diameter, even for a Phillips 2, especially when you're working on computers, and that's absolutely right. That's a very good point. So I thought I would make this quick video emphasizing that point. Screwdrivers versus bits, you're going to be able to get different proportions with the bits and the bit driver. So it kind of makes a case for checking out bit drivers and bits versus going out and buying a whole bunch of specialty screwdrivers. Maybe people are thinking, man, why would I go spend a ton of money on bit drivers and bits? I can just buy screwdrivers. Well, there are reasons why. This might be a reason why you would want to do that. And thank you for watching.